Welcome to the Impossible Podcast, where we transform the unthinkable into reality, uniting visionary minds that transcend time and space for what if conversations beyond imagination. I'm your host, Sam, and today's episode is one that many have asked about but few have truly answered. Does free will exist, or is everything predetermined? In other words, do we actively choose our paths, or are they set in stone? To help us unravel this question, we have two legendary thinkers joining us in our quest, Odysseus, yes, the Odysseus from Greek myth, and Dr. Sigmund Freud, the mind behind psychoanalysis. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to dive into this ancient debate with a fresh perspective. Let's get into it.
Thank you, Sam. It is quite a different setting from ancient Greece, I'll admit. But I'm here to stand by my belief that we're masters of our fate. I faced everything from cyclops to shipwrecks, and if I'd left my life up to fate, well, I wouldn't be here talking to you now, would I?
Indeed, it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to discussing this belief of yours, Odysseus. Sam, I'll just say that what many perceive as free will is often only a mirage. We are, in large part, at the mercy of impulses and motivations we don't consciously recognize.
All right, so before we get into the heart of the debate, let's clarify the basics. Odysseus, how would you describe free will? Give us your take.
Gladly. Free will means we have the power to decide our own fates. Every challenge, every choice we make is ours, influenced by our courage and our wits. It's like a game of strategy. If you know how to play, you can outsmart even the gods.
A game of strategy, where we can decide which action to take. I love that. And Dr. Freud, what's your take on fate?
Well, fate or determinism is the idea that our lives are shaped by forces we don't consciously control. Our choices are heavily influenced, even predetermined, by experiences from our childhoods, our subconscious drives, and our inner conflicts. In short, Sam, most of us are guided more by unseen forces than by our supposed free will.
So if I'm getting this right, Odysseus, you're saying we're steering our own ship, while Dr. Freud, you think there's an invisible captain below deck calling the shots. Sounds like the stage is set. All right, let's hear each of your arguments. Odysseus, tell us why you believe in free will. Through all your adventures, what convinced you that you were in control?
Listen, Sam, if I'd relied on fate, I'd still be stuck in some monster's cave. Take the Cyclops, for instance. I didn't wait for the gods to intervene. I came up with a plan, blinded the beast, and escaped with my crew. Life is full of challenges, and it's our choices, our resourcefulness, that determine the outcome.
But Odysseus, perhaps your drive to control every situation is merely a product of your psyche shaped by deep-seated needs and fears. It may be that you think you're acting freely, but you're simply obeying inner compulsions, ones you may not even recognize.
In my experience, instincts are just part of what makes us human, part of our arsenal, if you will. When I encountered Circe, for example, it was my quick thinking that saved me and my crew. I didn't wait for fate to step in. I chose to act.
So, Odysseus, you see fate as suggestions? Like, here's a roadblock, let's see if you can get past it?
Yes, life might present challenges, but it's how we respond that matters. Fate throws the obstacles, but free will decides how we navigate them.
And here I see just the opposite. Each choice you made is tied to the unconscious forces driving you. You're attracted to danger, to conquering and overcoming. It's fascinating. Yet, this thrill-seeking could very well be your mind's way of compensating for unresolved fears. The heroics are perhaps coping mechanisms.
If they're coping mechanisms, they work just fine. At least I didn't have to lay on a couch and talk about my mother for 3 years to figure them out.
Oh, this is too good. So, Dr. Freud, are you saying that Odysseus's bravery and cunning might just be his subconscious doing its thing, following a script he doesn't even know is there?
That is what I'm saying. To put it plainly, Odysseus may think he's making independent choices, but the motivations behind them are rooted in the depths of his mind, shaped by forces beyond his control.
And I'd argue, Dr. Freud, that a life led by your so-called unconscious is no life at all. When you're facing monsters, there's no time to overthink. Free will in that moment is very real.
Wow, we've got hidden forces versus heroic choices here, folks. But no one seems convinced by the other person's idea. Wait, was what I just said something I had control over, or did I say it because I was unconsciously forced to?
I'd say, take time to understand yourself. Our choices are rarely as free as we think, but by examining our true motivations, we can begin to gain real insight and, in doing so, perhaps real control. It's only through self-awareness that we can balance the forces within us.
And to that, I'd say this. Never let anyone or anything make you feel bound by fate. Obstacles will come, but you have the power to overcome them. Trust your instincts, be bold, and remember, it's your choices that define you.
So, maybe it's a bit of both? We shape our lives, but we're also shaped by things we can't see. I guess life's about balancing those two. And hey, if the two of you can meet here, I think there's hope for the rest of us.
I'll take that as a win for free will.
A productive discussion, even if it hasn't convinced him.
Thank you both. This has been enlightening and entertaining. And to our listeners, whether you're Team Fate or Team Free Will, we hope today's conversation gave you something to think about.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you for tuning in to the Impossible Podcast, where we turn the unthinkable into reality and bring what-if conversations to life. Whether you're embracing free will or contemplating fate, I hope you enjoyed this journey. So until next time, keep asking questions, keep exploring the unknown, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. See you next time. Peace.